Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. So here we are with our session number 79, and I will begin today's session again with the review, inshallah, and let's see how much have we understood the concepts that we have covered in our last sessions. So let's see. Where is my review paper? Okay, 1 second.
Oh, where mouse is it?
1 second. Okay. So
Just there's one up there. Just let's borrow Papa's for now.
Okay. So can you see something in front of you? My document. You all can see. Bismillah. Okay. Okay. So let's just start. Okay. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So this is the beginning of verse number 115 of Suratul Baqarah. If I give you this highlighted portion of the verse, what comes to your mind? Is it a Jumla Ismiya or Jumla Feiliya? What do you think? Jumla Ismiya. Barakallahu fi. So when you have a Jumla Ismiya, you look for the parts of Jumla Ismiya. So what do we see here? Lillahi. Keeping parts of Jumla Ismiya in mind, find out what is Lillahi. So Jar wal Majroor, number one answer is Jar wal Majroor, and then number two, it is Mutaliq bil Khabar if it is Jumla Ismiya. Al Mashriqu. Mubtada, what will you label Waw? At Barakallahu Feek, and Al Maghrib. Give me the labeling of Al Maghrib. Barakallahu Feek. You are just going to say Matuf. When you say Matuf, it is understood, my dear sisters, this was connected to Al Mashriqu. Okay? Just and this gives me an understanding that you have understood your fragments very well. You have mastered them. Okay? If you just tell me this is Matuf, I got it. I got it that these two are going to go in the same bucket. Okay? You will never, that is the thing that I did not want you to call this Mubtada number two. That will be wrong. That will be wrong answer. You cannot call it Mubtada number two. When you call something Mubtada number two, there should be no Waw in between. This is not Mubtada number two. This is not like something like Inna Allaha huwa. It is not like Inna Allaha huwa. So, and that also something, it is not, think about it like Ulaika hum. Ulaika hum, you can call Mubtada one, and then some may call hum as Mubtada number two. But there is a fragment in between these two, right? So just treat it as fragment. You are just going to call this Waw as Atf, and you are going to call Al Maghrib as Matuf, right? Is it clear so far? We will not focus on this fa, and you can just, for now, you can, if I asked you that, if the fa is coming in between the two sentences, and the two sentences are somewhere connected, what should I label this fa? A simple one. I don't need, no. You just call this sentence Jumla Ismiya. Fa'ur Rabita. Where do you see Fa'ur Rabita? Fa'ur Rabita connects what? Shart, right? It connects Jumla Shartiya with Jawabu Shart. Is Lillahi al-Mashriqu wal-Maghrib a condition? Do I see any condition particle? So why would I call fa as Fa'ur Rabita? Should I call it Fa'ur Rabita? Now think about it. And I'm glad you said it Fa'ur Rabita. And that's how we learn through our mistakes, right? We make small mistakes, and then things, we understand that, okay, no, this, I'm not going to call this, and there's another way to label this. So make it, just keep it simple. You can call, now, sababiya. For sababiya, you have asalibu talb. Is this sentence demanding anything from you? Any demands? And that's also another good one. So Aisha, you are making us all learn everything again, right? Alhamdulillah, right? So, right, and that is a good way to learn. So do you see any demand? Am I asking anyone to do something? Am I asking anyone to not do something? Am I wishing for something? Am I hoping for something here? Give me those answers. Am I pushing someone to do something? Tell me that. Am I? I'm not doing nothing like that. Am I in a persuasive mode? No, right? So nothing of that sort. So simple. Now, remember in the very beginning of the course, wow, at, fa, at, just call it at for now. Can we call it at? Keep it simple, call it at. Okay? But that was a quick, good review of the previous fast that we have learned, alhamdulillah. So, ainama. You are seeing this construction, ainama. Where did you learn this? Ainama. Let me just make it a little bigger for you, so you can all see clearly. Ainama tuwallu. So, what do you think about ainama? Very well done. So, it is adwatu shart, jazima. It has set a condition here. It is something that sets a condition, right? Tuwallu. What do we see here? What is the status of this mudari? Waw, lam, ya are the root letters. Tuwallu, it is mudare, majzoom, right? Because of ainama. So can we say this is um, my jumla shartiya? Okay. Now I will talk about fa. I'm going to ask you about fa at the end. I want you to think about this. Samma wajhullahi. Samma means is a zarf, right there. Think of it like right there. And wajhullahi, samma, face of Allah is right there. Yes, it is a place. So whatever is the noun of a place or a thing, what is in Arabic for that? Give me the Arabic, Aisha. I need a word in Arabic. It's an ism, and this ism is called zarf, right? Everyone with me? So it is zarf. Wajhullahi. What am I seeing? Right there is the face of Allah. Face of Allah is right there. What am I seeing? What am I asking? Wajhullahi is an idafa. Barakallahu feek. Very well done. There's a jumla ismiya. So what will you call samma? Samma. When you see a noun of place or time in jumla ismiya, what are you going to call it? Mutaliq bil khabar. MBK, right? Everyone agrees or no? So it is mutaliq bil khabar, which has been brought forward. It is muqaddam. Wajhullahi. Now I have my mutaliq bil khabar. What is most important that I must have? Remember when we were doing this, those sentences where I taught you, there was a slide there in for you all that, sometimes you will see, mutaliq bil before, right? So you are just going to, samma is your, mutaliq bil, you can call it mutaliq bil khabar, muqaddam, wajhu, you should call it mubtada. Okay? So you should call it mubtada. Is this clear? You're not going to call it your khabar. It is mubtada, and khabar is going to be rough as well, but this is jumla ismiya. So mubtada is, should be labeled first, and then you look for, is there something else? Okay. Everyone with me so far? Wherever you turn, there you will find the face of Allah. Okay? So what is this fa doing here? This one is fa'ur rabita. Sister Amreen, I did not understood your question. This samma does not require a um, I, I did not understand. Mudaf ilayhi. No. Samma is just, yeah. So samma is just like sometimes you see yoma, yoman, something like that, right? Yeah. Yes, and you don't always need any as Sister Faiza is also writing, not every it does not have to be in mudaf ilayhi construction. Yes. So is everyone clear? So this fa is fa'ur rabita. Everyone understood this? Because it was between shart and jawabu shart. What kind of jawabu shart we had? Jumla ismiya. And one of the 7 reasons for for fa to be there was if jawabu shart is jumla ismiya. Everyone understood this? Just real quick. Inna Allah. Another sentence, right? Inna Allah, you see inna, you make another sentence. You don't worry about now, how you are going to connect this to whatever was before. It is connected some way. It is explanation because, but you for at this stage, you are just going to begin your sentence and you are going to say, harf nasb wa ismuha, right? If it is jumla ismiya. What is wasi'un? Wasi'un. Khabar. And what is alimun? This is khabar 2. This you will call khabar 2, right? But this you will never call mubtada 2. And that is why I taught you fragment atf very in detail. And I kept telling you, don't call it anything. Just understand that this is matuf. Okay, so that there is no confusion. Okay, inshallah. Walikulli wijhatun. Likulli wijhatun. Everyone has a direction. So likulli jar wal majroor mutaliq bil khabar wijhatun is going to be your mutaliq bil khabar muqaddam, wijhatun is your mubtada muakhar. At this stage I'm not connecting anything. Huwa muwalliha. What do you think? Huwa. Again jumla ismiya. Huwa muwalliha, he. So it is mubtada muwalliha. Khabar. Barakallahu feek. And I'm glad that you just called it khabar and did not ask me why it is not raf in status. There is no dhamma on ya here. Okay. So muwalli is actually here raf in status, but it's not able to show you its raf status because it is ending with ya. So it is mukad. Very well done. Very well done. Aisha, you are at another level. You. What should I tell you? Okay, killed it, really killed it. Subhanallah. Okay, so now let's do next. Fa, just call it atf here. I'm not going to trick you with fa. I'm just going to do this one. Istabiqu. That means you all race. Meaning is you all race. Run. Everyone agrees with it's amr. Istabiqu. How many? Who is the doer? Sister Faiza and Amreen. Istabiqu. Wow is the doer, right? It is majzoom bi hasfin noon, right? Majzoom bi hasfin noon. It is failul amr, which is mabni, always fixed ending. That is why it is mabni. Bi hasfin noon. Wow is the doer. So how? Give me. Yes, Sister Faiza already gave me the doer, and antum is the doer, right? Here, because I keep telling you girls that you make your amr from the second person. So stay in second person whenever it is, the standard command form. Okay, because we use second person to make our fail amr, and there are small things, and inshallah, if you have learned mukaddara and all these things, that's an easy one. Okay, inshallah. So everyone understood this, that we are calling antum. You always al khairati, al khairati. Yes, okay. We'll you always towards what? Good deeds. Okay. Yeah, we call it maful bihi. Ainama. Have you ever learned this? Sometimes ainama is going to be written like this as well. This is a loud form. Okay, my dear sisters. It is going to be a loud form, and you will still see a mudare majzoom after it. So there is a mudare majzoom after it. Therefore, you are going to call it your adwatu shart and takunu is a jumla shartiya. So this is fail nakis, and we are just still it is going to be treated wherever you are. That is how it is. What are we going to call wow here? Who is the doer here? Takunu. Antum is the doer. Okay. Now, should I call it a doer when there is no, action? Wherever you are. Ismu will work. Barakallahu feek. Yes, I will call it ismu. So no doer, going to call antum as ismu. Ismu kana. Okay? Because this is kana yakunu. From kana yakunu, this is takunu. So I'm going to call it ismu. I'm not going to call it doer. Okay? Because this is nakis. Defective, deficient of an action. It does not have an action. What is happening here? Yeah, T. Give me the root letters. Yeah, T. Hamza, ta, ya. Good job. Where is ya? Why is ya not there? Madzum? Dropped. So mudare is madzum bi hasfil harufe illa. Everyone agrees? Okay. So mudare madzum bi hasfil harufe illa. Aynama takunu, wherever you all are. Bikum. Jar wal majroor, mutaliq bil fail. Allahu. Allah is a doer for ya'ti, right? Jami'an. Can be hal, yeah, some may call it hal. Allah will bring you all. How he will bring you all? Together. How will you be together? You will be all together. You will be in a state where you will be all collected together. So now, where is your shart ending? Or give me the beginning of your jawabu shart. Shart is takunu. Shart is ending at takunu, right? And from yati, what comes? My. From yati to jami'an is my jawabu shart, right? Is the jawab. Everyone agrees? Huh? Wherever you all are, Allah will bring you all together. Understood? Did you notice there is no fa there? Because your jawabu shart was as it should be, which is either mudare, majzoom, or madin. Clear, my dear sisters? I'm going ahead. Inna Allaha. What is this? Jumla ismiya. Harf nasb wa ismuha. Ala kulli. What are we going to label this? Ala kulli. Mutaliq bil khabar. Kulli shay'in is making an idafa altogether. Mutaliq bil khabar. Qadirun. Qadirun. Khabar. Any questions so far? Okay. Aynama takunu. Aynama. What is this aynama doing? Shart. Adwatu shart, right? Adwatu shart. Aynama adwatu shart. Huh? Ranaz, what is your question? In is not advat? In is not advat? Inna? Inna Allah? No. This is inna. This is not in, right? So it is inna, mushaddad, heavy, right? In is mukhaffaf, right? No, without any tashdid, without any shadda, right? It is just with the sakoon, simple sakoon. Is this clear? Ranaz? Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek. Aynama, setting a shart, takunu. Wherever you all are. Again, you're seeing mudare, majzoom, bihasfin noon, li'annahu min al-af'al al-khamsa, because this is from af'al al-khamsa. Now this one is going to be naqis. Because it is naqis, I cannot call waw as fa'il. I'm going to I have to call it ismu kana. I'm going to call it ismu, right? Yudrik. What happened here? Yudrik. It is madzum. Sister Faiza, how is it madzum? Because of mudare madzum, because of sukoon, right? There is, you don't see any harka. There is no, you were expecting dhamma here. There was no dhamma. So you are going to call mudare madzum bis sakoon. You will label it as bis sakoon. You don't see sakoon here because of the rules of tajweed, but we won't worry about that, right? We don't need to worry about it. No haraka, sakoon. Yudrik, it is sahih al-akhir. No haraka, it is madzum bis sakoon. Kum is going to be my, what is going to be the labeling for kum? Kum is attaching itself to a fail. When a fail attaches itself to, when a pronoun attaches itself to a fail, it is always nasbin status and is always maful bihi al-mautu. What is maut doing here? It's a doer for yudrik, right? Because yudrik was mudare, majzoom, failuhu, damir mustatir, huwa. Hidden pronoun huwa was a doer, therefore it is allowed for it to have an outside doer. I will skip law here and I'm going to go to in tusibhum. In tusibhum. Sister Anaz, in. I have an in and mudare that is with sakoon. Adwatu shart. Tusib. What's the status? Tusib. Marfu, madzum, mansub. Your mudare has three statuses, right? Three statuses. What is the status of this one? It's a madzum bis sakoon. Home is going to be maful bihi, as you all know. So I have just made it easy. So in tusib, now I know that this in cannot be nafiya. This in cannot be anything, but this is harf shart jazima. Okay, harf shart jazima, because mudare is madzum after it. No question about in nafiya anymore. So now the next thing is hasanatun. I need to, when I have a tusib, I need to, with every fail, I have to know what is the pronoun there, right? So hasanatun is an outside doer. So tusib has hiya as a pronoun. That is why it can have hasanatun as an outside doer. Everyone with me? Now, okay. And if a good reaches them, Yaqulu. What happened to yaqulu? Majzoom bi hasfin noon. Barakallahu feek. They say, and this is Jawabu Shart, Barakallahu feek. The Jawabu Shart is starting from yaqulu. They say, Hadhihi min indillahi. This is from Allah. Okay, so this is Jumla Ismiya, and whatever comes after Qala Yakulu. What do they say? What is this sentence answering for you? What is this? What? It is answering your ma question, which is what in English. So every what is going to be maful bihi. This is going to be, this whole thing is going to be maful bihi for yakulu, right? For yakulu, how you are going to connect hadhihi min indallahi? You are going to put commas here. Your inverted comma started from hadhihi and ended at Allahi, lafzul jalala, and this is going to be your maful bihi for yakulu, and this sentence is going, what is the status of this sentence, dear sisters? What is the nasbin status? Because your maful bihi is always nasbin status, right? Your maful bihi is nasbin status, na? So should I call it, but does it show its status in a nasb form, or what should I label it? Fi mahalli nasbin. Barakallahu fi Aisha. Thank you for helping with that. So your shirt started from in, ended at hasanatun. From yaqulu, you are seeing your jawabu shirt. Since your jawabu shirt was mudare majzoom, do you see fa here? Do you need fa here? We don't need fa. Everyone agrees, or there is any disagreement to this hypothesis? Okay, or not hypothesis, or whatever, ideology, whatever. So in tasibhum sayyatun, this is the same one. I think we have good practice so far. Do you all agree? Because I had to show you something. My dear sister, do you see both Shart and Jawabu Shart were following the same rules that are needed? Either you can have Jawabu Shart as Fail Mudare Majzoom or Fail Madin. Here you see Mudare Majzoom, so you don't need Fa. Sister Anas, is this clear now? It's a standard, right? Because your Jawabu Shart is as how it should be. So that is why we don't need Fa here. And those of you who have not asked the question but were still doubting, I hope that is clear to all of you. Okay, so last week we started learning about our adwatu shart that were ghaib jazima. Among those we learned iza, kullama, lamma. What are these three words? Ism or harf? I will show you. They are all ism. What are they isms for? What kind of ism they are? Zarf, barakallahu fi, time and place, or this is time and place, so it is time basically. So you know that this is a noun of a time. I'm going to call it zarf. So whenever there is a zarf, what should be the default status of that zarf? What do you think? Nasbin status, because it is detailed, right? Always remember, I'm not going to go into details of that, how you are going to label each and every part, but I want you to bear in mind that you need to worry about the status of this guy, okay? Iza, kullama, lamma, at a later stage, when I'm going to take you to the surahs, inshallah, that information will come in very handy. The last four were ism or harf. They were harf, and do we need to worry about their status? Do they have any status? And do they have any i'rab in grammar? Harf? No. All of them are la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. They have no i'rab. So when you see lamma, if it is followed by fail madin, what should come to you? Is lamma in that case can you call that lamma haruf jazmin? Haruf jazima lil mudari. Can you call that lamma that is followed by fail madi, that has fail madi after it, can you call it haruf jazima? What do you think? No answer? Every time it's an ism, then yes, it is not harf, right? It is ism that is a ghair jazima, right? You are not going to call it haruf jazima anymore, okay? Because now it is followed by fail madin, and every time it is followed by fail madin, it sets a condition, and we have learned that last week. Both jumla shartiya and jawabu shart, you are going to see them in the past tense form. You are going to mainly see them in the past tense form, and we did the practice of that in our last session. Okay, so فَلَمَّا أَضَاءَتْ مَا حَوْلَهُ ذَهَبَ اللَّهُ بِنُورِهِمْ. So when it lit what is around it, it enlightened or it brightens what is around it, Allah took away their light. So you have a shart that is madin, and your jawabu shart that is beginning with zahaba is also past tense. Was that clear, my dear sisters? And I also have a correction to make, you know, because I may have written that this sentence has no i'rab. The sentence after ghair jazma has no i'rab. Like we have, mudari majzoom or fi mahalli jazmin after adwatu shart, right? No, the sentence after adwatu shart ghair jazima is you just need to know they are not going to be labeled as majzoom. The only information that you need to know is the sentence after adwatu shart ghair jazma cannot be majzoom in status or fi mahalli jazmin in status. Am I clear, or should I repeat myself? Please repeat. Okay, I will repeat. Just my dear sister and sister Amreen is also going to agree to this. So whenever I see this ainama, I'm going to call takunu fi mahalli jazmin. Jumla shartiya fi mahalli jazmin. Yudrik kumul mauta. This whole sentence I'm going to label it. The whole sentence will be labeled as fi mahalli jazmin jawabu shart. Am I clear now or no? Here, in tusibhum, in tusibhum hasanatun. Tusibhum hasanatun, the whole sentence, jazmin, because if I take the whole sentence, then I may have to call it, majzoom, be in, right? Yaqulu min indillahi, hazihi min indillahi. I'm going to label the whole sentence, jawabu shart, fi mahalli jazmin. Jawabu shart, fi mahalli jazmin. Let me give you another example so it is clear to Sister Samina. Sister Samina, ainama tuwallu. Ainama adwatu shart jazima. Tuwallu, jumla shartiya madzum. Jumla shartiya madzum. فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ ثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ جملة اسمية في محل جزم. Because في محل جزم, because it is jawabu shart. Because ainama was adwatu shart jazima. أينما تكونوا جملة شرطية جازمة يأتي بكم الله جميعا جملة شرطية جواب الشرط جازمة. These sentences, if anyone asks you the status of this full sentence, what is your answer? Majzoom, right? Fi mahalli jazmin or majzoom. Just call it majzoom, whatever is easy for you, okay? Because it's a whole sentence, then fi mahalli jazmin is going to be more appropriate. So any shart that is set up by haruf jazima is going to be jazm. The status of that sentence is going to be jazm. If the sentence is there and there are many parts to it, you are going to call it fi mahalli jazmin, and jawabu shart is going to be fi mahalli jazmin as well, no matter No matter what jawabu shart is, you are going to call it fi mahalli jasmin. It can be jumla ismiya, as we can see in this case, thamma wajhullahi, which is jumla ismiya. Okay, because your particle that set up the shart was jazima. But when it comes to adwatu shart ghair jazima, you are not going to call them whatever comes after them majzoom. So if I give you adaat here, sorry, adaat, are you going to call it jasmin? Jumla shartiya fi mahalli jasmin? No, right? No, you're not going to call it jasm. No, not at all, right? You are not going to worry about it in that regard, okay? And how you are going to label it, I'm going to teach you later. But at this point, as I discussed in the last session, just understand from where your shirt is going to start and where it's going to end. Either your particle is, or your ism is acting as a particle of condition or not. That is the main goal at this point, okay? Let's learn about iza today. It's not going to be majzoom. After lamma, iza, after kullama, you are not going to call your sentence majzoom. No, you cannot call it majzoom. I hope I was clear in that. I made myself clear. Did I? Hmm? And inshallah, at this stage, as long as we are going to know what are jazima, ghair jazima, that is important. Don't, even if you don't remember this concept of, this is jazm and jazm, that is also going to be okay. But you should know that there is, these are the particles that I'm going to make mudari matsum. Okay. Iza, just we are going to start it today. Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Iza is not there? It is there, right? Iza. Iza. So this is your ghair jazima, which is the meaning of whatever comes after it in present future. No matter which form of fail comes after it, it is going to be translated as present future. Is this part clear to you all? وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, when it is said to them, you're not going to say when it was said to them. When it is said to them, do not cause corruption in the earth, they say, إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. Indeed, we are ones who reform. Whatever comes after iza, you are going to translate it as present future tense. Okay, you are going to translate it either in a present tense form or a future tense form. Is this clear, my dear sisters? No matter what tense you see, it will be past in most cases, but you are going to now change the translation and bring it to either the present tense form or a future tense form. If it is referring to events of Qiyamah, do it in the future tense form. Is it referring to the condition of what is happening today in Medina or Makkah? Do it in the present tense form. Is it clear? So when it is said to them, it is talking, the verse is talking about, hypocrites. And it was, still the things were going on, the conversation was going on between Muslims, hypocrites, and, different communities at that time. And when it is said to them, when, it is said to them means it is said to the hypocrites, do not cause corruption in the land. They say, we are the ones who make reforms. Is this clear? It can be seen before both fi'l madin and mudari. Again, as we already learned about it, it's a zarf because it is to do with the time. Okay, it's a noun. It has to do with time. Sometimes it is going to come as harf, but we are not going to worry about it at this point. Okay. Whenever you see iza before fail, what are we going to call it? It is iza shartiya. Whenever you see iza before a fail, call it iza shartiya. And that will solve, more, it will make lots and lots of things easy for you. Okay. So if I ask you, if I give you this verse from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 11, where is the ending of my jumla shartiya? وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. Ard is the end of my shart. And where is my jawabu shart beginning from? Qalu. Everyone understood this? وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا. Where is the end of my shart in this part? Ending of my jumla shartiya is amanu. And where is the ending of my jawabu shart? Amanna. Barakallahu feek. And then there's another shart starting. وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ. So where is qalu? Inna ma'akum. Innama nahnu mustahziyun. Shayatinihim. Shayatinihim is my ending of jumla shartiya. Jawabu shart starts from qalu. And inna, from inna what is starting? Qalu. Maful bihi is starting, right? Qalu, they say. What do they say? Inna, we are ma'akum, with you all. Innama, indeed. Nahnu, we are ones who mock. So jawabu shart is from here, from this part to here. Let me underline this for you. Jawabu shart is from here to here. Jawabu shart is from here to muslihun. Is this clear, my dear sisters? When I translated it, let me do it in English and then I will do it in Urdu too. And when they meet those who believed, they say, we have believed. Did I translate it as they said, though it was qalu, which was fail madin? It was laqu, fail madin. I drive safe. Barakallahu fi. So did you notice? I have translated it as present, future, or present tense. Whenever, it is like, even when I will meet them, when they meet those who they believe, they will say we have believed. Or when they meet those who they believe, they say we have believed. I did not translate it as a past tense form. You all saw, notice this? Type 1 if you have and understood this, that you are going to translate it in a present future form, no matter what, okay? And when they are alone with their shayateen, they say, indeed, we are with you all. Indeed, only we are ones who mock. Can someone do this jumla? Innama nahnu mustahziyun. And I want senior students to do it. Innama nahnu mustahziyun. It is jumla ismiya. Barakallahu feek, dear sisters. So, where is your mubtada? I need a right mubtada. Na. So, nahnu is the mubtada, my dear sisters. Nahnu is the mubtada. Mustahzi'una is your khabru. Is a khabar. It's just a khabar. Innama. Ma was ma kafa. Ma cancelled the effect of inna. It did not let anyone work on, it did not let inna work on nahnu. Otherwise, it would have been either inna or innana. This ma is ma kafa. This construction of innama is kafa wal makfufa. Okay, ma kafa and inna is makfufa. Makfufa means now it has been stopped to work. Okay, it has been stopped to work. And this was, in your slides of inna, in your jumla ismiya as well. So inshallah. No. there is a 3-letter, and that's why we do not, mostly it is written as inna, but it can also be written as innana. But here this is another thing, inna plus ma. Inna plus ma, this ma is ma kafa, it erases the effect of inna. Just remember this, okay? So it's all going to be called mubtada. Your mubtada is nahnu. And this concept was so important because when I was learning Arabic grammar, this was not something that I was, taught in the very beginning. So, I've made a lot of mistakes there. So I hope I don't make them anymore. I'm not going to label this guy as this whole construction as mubtada. My mubtada is simple, plain, nahnu, which remained unaltered despite the presence of inna, because ma cancelled its effect. Ma paralyzed it. Ma kafa paralyzed inna. So it cannot act on nahnu anymore. Is this clear? Here you can see inna, which is her nasab, wa ismuha, and ismuha was nahnu, right? Here ismu inna was nahnu. Here the same is not true. Okay. Here it took the place, her nasab wa ismuha ma'akum is mutalik bil, because ma'a is zarf and it's going to be labeled as mutalik bil, right? No, I will tell you, sometimes it is not going to be that. Sometimes it will act, not always. And there's not always rule. Always remember, in grammar, I have been telling you from the in the beginning, I used to show you many exceptions. Not anymore. But just so that because we are now anyways doing so many advanced concepts that there's it's we want to keep things simple, but we have yes, we have covered makafa briefly. And inshallah, I'm going to I have to tell you that how sometimes it's not ma kafa, it is ma mausula, and inshallah I will make a small series on that, and inshallah that will help you in revising your ma kafa and makfufa. Okay, now iza tadayantum bidainin ila ajalim musamma faktubuh. What do you think is happening here, my dear sisters? Yes, your shirt ended where? Tadayantum, when you take a when you what how will I translate it, when you make a deal, when you make a contract with each other um, for a specified time, for a specific, then write it down. So you're yes, yes, because your jawabu shirt is faktubu. So here it is uktubu. So you are seeing pa'u rabita. Yes, got it? Then you take loans among each other for a specified time, then write it down, put it in the writing. So this was your jawabu shart is here. Is this clear? Everyone? Okay. So iza is clear. How will you translate iza? Whatever comes after iza, how are you going to translate it, my dear sisters? Present, future, right? Present or future, you are going to, sometimes based on the context, you are going to do it present, future. Just write present, future. It's going to, keep things easy for you, inshallah. Okay. So lamma, we already did. We do it as a past tense. Now let's learn about kullama. It is again another adverb of time, a zarf. It's an ism. It's a advatu shart غير جازمة. Therefore, since it has to do with time, it is nasb status. The importance of this is it signifies the recurrence of the result in response to the recurrence of the conditions. That this, whenever you are going to translate it, you are going to translate it whenever. So it means that this action does not happen once, it has happened several times. There is takrar in it, there is repetition in this action. So let's see how this works. كلما أضاء لهم. Whenever it brightens for them, مشوا فيه, they walk in it. So this action, what do you think? Happened once or multiple times? Recurrent action. Yes, it has recurrence. Yes. Barakallahu feek. كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل. كلما رزقوا, whenever they are provided from it. What do you think? One time provided or multiple times? Multiple times. Whenever they will be given from it any fruit, بطور rizq, as a provision, they will say, this is what we were given before, and this is what is going to happen in Jannah. Okay, so here you will see, though you are seeing the past tense form, how will you translate this? Whenever they will be given from it any fruit as provision, they will say, this is what we were given before. Right? You are going to, because it is referring to what is going to happen in Jannah. Yes, so it does not have any this restriction like Iza has. But after Iza you translate as present future, but in Kullama the condition may be present tense, but with regards to meaning it is applicable to present, past and future alike, all three forms. Is this clear so far? Where is your Jawabu Shart beginning in this case, in this verse from Surah Al-Baqarah? Both are from Baqarah. Qalu. Barakallahu fi, my dear sisters. Yes, very well done. So basic thing is you have to remember that kullama is also going to be your adwatu shart. Then comes amma. And what did I tell you about amma? Is it a harf or a ism? And it's written on the thing as well, so it helps. Amma is the harf. Okay, so its purpose is that it is a harf shart that is there for detail. It gives you more detail, and it has a lot of emphasis as well. Okay, it's a harf that gives you detail, and it has a emphasis as well. It has all those meanings in it. It is always followed by an ism, which can be raf, nasb or jar, and it will be jar because of presence of harf jar before it. Okay, so amma is always going to be followed by an ism that can be in either of the three statuses. It can be raf, it can be nasb, it can be jar. Can you all remember this, my dear students? The ism after amma can be raf, nasb or jar. Raf, nasb or jar. If there's a harf jar before it, it can be jar in status. The jawabu shart in this case usually begins with fa. Jawabu shart in case of amma will begin with fa. Okay, it is used with both jumla ismiya and jumla feiliya. The previous ones that you were learning, you mainly see shart as in what form? What was the form of the shart? What kind of jumla you were seeing after kullama? Look here. What was the jumla? Jumla feiliya. In case of lamma, what did I teach you? Adaat. Again jumla feiliya. Iza, jumla feiliya. In, jumla feiliya, right? But in case of amma, you are seeing it with both jumla ismiya and jumla feiliya. Jawabu shart begins with fa, and this one is going to be followed by an ism. Okay, فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. What do you think? Where is your adwatu shart here in this Quranic example? 3 minutes only, my dear sisters. Oh my God. Yes, Barakallahu feek. Barakallahu feek. Yes. Jawabu shart, as I said, generally begins with letter Fa. Do we see that? Right? فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. So as for those who they believed, فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. Then they know that indeed it is the truth from their Rabb. This is your Jawabu shart ending with مِن رَبِّهِمْ. Everyone with me, my dear sisters. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَيَقُولُونَ. Where is Jumla Shartiya ending? فَيَقُولُونَ is your Jawabu shart? Jawabu shart. Good job. What's the status of Allazina here? And Allazina here? Yeah, I will show you, my dear. Oh, before you end. Okay, I will at the end. Definitely, my dear sister. It's rough in status, okay? Isn't it? Like, فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. So as for those who they believed, this is acting like a mubtada. يَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. If you forget about fa here, if you forget about you are doing a shart, isn't it that your jumla shartiya is mubtada and jawabu shart is khabar? What do you think? الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا يَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. Think about it. Those who believe, they know that indeed it is the truth from their Rabb. Right? It mubtada khabar. Mubtada khabar. Mubtada khabar. فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. So as for those who disbelieved, then they say, مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. And this is your the inverted comma sentence after yaquluna, and this is all connected to yaquluna, and the sentence is going to be your fi mahalli nasbin because this is answering your what question for yaquluna. Yes. Maza, it is maza. Maza is a ism istifham. Okay. Maza, if you are talking about this, maza is an ism istifham. What does Allah intend with this as an example? فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. So as for those who disbelieve, فَأُعَذِّبُهُمْ عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. Yes, there are two shirts. There are two shirts. If that's what your question is, Sister Ranaz. First one is أَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Second shirt is أَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. There are two separate sentences connected through harf atf waw. You are absolutely right. Two sentences. Absolutely right, my dear sisters. Okay, أَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا is your jumla shartiya. فَأُعَذِّبُهُمْ عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. And you think about it, isn't it? الَّذِينَ مُبْتَدَى silatul mawsul. فَأُعَذِّبُهُمْ. Fa is fa'u rabita. أُعَذِّبُهُمْ. I will give them punishment. عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. By old students. Not my old students. Because I think only few of them are my old students, but all the senior students of grammar. Azaban. What do you think Azaban is going to be labeled as? I will give them punishment, great punishment. Azaban shadida. Azaban. Mutlaq, right? Because this test is coming, my dear sisters. Mafa'ilul khamsa is coming. After you are done with this one, you are done with this test on Saturday, inshallah. I will give you all the details, and then I will give you a week to practice, and inshallah then we will go on to practice our mafa'ilul khamsa. Okay. وَمَا لَهُمْ مِن نَاصِرِينَ. مَا لَهُمْ مِن نَاصِرِينَ. What do you think min nasirina? Who remembers this min? Recently done. And then I'm going to call it a day. I'm already past my time, and you have another class. Zaida, Barakallahu feek. This is your mubtada. Min nasirina is your mubtada. Inshallah, we'll take it from Amma. We will complete Amma next. And for those of you who have your next class, please leave for your class. I'm stopping the recording here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.